we will be solving practice problems on how to add, subtract, and multiply polynomials. If you want to watch a video on specific steps on how to add and subtract polynomials, or how to multiply polynomials, I have previous videos already on my channel. Now, let's get started. For this question, we are adding these three polynomials together. Let's start by writing it without parentheses. So 2b cubed plus 3b plus 5b plus b squared plus b cubed minus b. Now, let's simplify by combining like terms. So we have 2b cubed plus b cubed, which gives us 3b cubed. And then we have 3b plus 5b minus b. 3 plus 5 is 8. 8 minus 1 is 7, so that's 7b. And we also have a b squared. Normally when we write these final answers, we write it with the exponents counting down. Our final answer can be 3b cubed plus b squared plus 7b. For this question, we are subtracting polynomials. So we have 6d to the 5th power plus 2 minus this entity 3d to the 5th power minus d squared. Let's start by distributing this negative sign. So writing this down, 6d to the 5th power plus 2 minus 3d to the 5th power and plus d squared. We're adding it because two negatives make a positive. Now we can do the same thing as before, combining like terms. We have 6d to the 5th power minus 3d to the 5th power. That gives us 3d to the 5th power. We have plus 2, and we have d squared here. So going exponents counting down, our final answer is 3d to the 5th power plus d squared plus 2. For this question, we have 7u plus 3v times u plus 2v. So we're multiplying binomials, so we can use the FOIL method, which means we're gonna do first, outer, inner, last. And this is just a way to make sure that we get all terms multiplied by each other. So f is first, so we multiply the first of both. So 7u times u, that's 7u squared. Outer is 7u multiplied by 2v, which gives us 14uv. For I, it's inner, so both inner ones, gives us 3v times u, which is 3uv. And lastly, we have last, which is the last for each binomial, so that's going to be 3v times 2v. So that gives us 6v squared. So simplifying together, we get 7u squared plus 17uv. And lastly, we have 6v squared. To simplify this polynomial expression, our first step will be to subtract. So we have to distribute this negative. But first, let's start by copying down the first part. 4q to the 5th power minus q to the 4th power minus 3q to the 5th power minus q to the 4th power. Now, combining like terms, 4 minus 3 is 1, so we're left with 1q to the 5th power. And then we have negative q to the 4th power minus q to the 4th power. That's negative 2q to the 4th power. Our final answer is q to the 5th minus 2q to the 4th. To simplify this polynomial, we are adding. So let's start by copying the terms down. We have 8u plus 3uv plus 11v plus 6u plus 2v. Now, let's start by combining like terms. This gives us 8u plus 6u. That is 14u. We have 3uv. We don't have any more like terms, so this gives us 3uv. Then here we have 11v plus 2v, which is a total of 13v. Normally, when writing stuff, we write stuff from the highest degree first. So let's rewrite this as 3uv plus 14u plus 13v. For this question, we have 3x plus 5 multiplied by x minus 3. Once again, we're multiplying by binomials, so we can use the FOIL method. Let's write down F for first, O for outer, I for inner, L for last. Let's start with the F, which is the first. So 3x times x, that gives us 3x squared. For outer, we have 3x times negative 3, which gives us negative 9x. For inner, we have 5 times x, that's 5x. And for last, we have 5 times negative 3. That gives us negative 15. So, combining the like terms, we get 3x squared. We have negative 9x plus 5x, that's negative 4x. And we have negative 15. Our final answer is 3x squared minus 4x minus 15. For this question, we have 4x squared plus x minus 8 plus x squared minus 3x plus 6. Let's start by writing all the terms down. We have 4x squared plus x minus 8 plus x squared minus 3x plus 6. Now, let's combine like terms. This gives us 4x squared plus x squared. That gives us 5x squared. We have x and then minus 3x. So 1 minus 3 is negative 2x. And we have negative 8 plus 6. That is negative 2. Our final answer is 5x squared minus 2x minus 2. For this one, we are doing 3a squared minus a plus 1 minus the polynomial negative a squared plus 2a plus 4. Since we're subtracting, our first step will be to distribute this negative. But first, let's copy down the first polynomial, 3a squared minus a plus 1. Okay, now we distribute. Negative, negative, which makes this positive, so it becomes positive a squared, becomes negative 2a, becomes negative 4. Now, we can combine like terms and simplify. We have 3a squared and a squared. That becomes 4a squared. For this one, we have negative a and negative 2a, which becomes negative 3a. And lastly, we have 1 minus 4, which becomes negative 3. Our final answer is 4a squared minus 3a minus 3. For this question, we are multiplying two polynomials. Because they are not binomials, we can't use the FOIL method. But the idea for multiplying polynomials in general is that we want to multiply every term in the first polynomial by every term in the second polynomial. So we can do the same method. So we'll start with the first term and multiply these two. This gives us 2x to the fourth power. Now we'll multiply this one and this one. This gives us negative 2x to the cubed. For this term, last one we'll do is 2x squared plus 3. This gives us 6x squared. As you can see, we've multiplied the first term with each term in the second polynomial. Now we need to do the same for the second term. We'll do 5x multiplied by x squared, which will give us 5x cubed. And then we'll do 5x multiplied by negative x, which gives us negative 5x squared. And lastly, we have 5x multiplied by 3, which gives us 15x. So now we're done multiplying the second term with every term in the second polynomial. So now we only have negative 3 left. Negative 3 multiplied by x squared gives us negative 3x squared. Negative 3 multiplied by negative x gives us positive 3x because the negatives cancel out. And lastly, we have negative 3 multiplied by 3, which gives us negative 9. And the reason we know that we multiplied everything properly is because there are 3 terms here and there's 3 terms here. That means we should get 9 terms before we simplify. And here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we know we didn't miss anything. Now, let's simplify. We have only one x to the 4th power, so write it down, 2x to the 4th power. Next, we'll go through x cubed. We have negative 2, we have 5, and that's it. So negative 2 plus 5 is 3. So this is 3x cubed. After that, we can go over the x squared. So 6x squared minus 5x squared minus 3x squared. That's 6 minus 5, which is 1, minus 3, which is negative 2. So this becomes negative 2x. And then we have 15x plus 3x, which is 18x. And finally, we have negative 9. So our final answer is 2x to the 4th power plus 3x cubed minus 2x squared plus 18x minus 9. We've reached our final challenge question. Pause and see if you can solve the question before I reveal the answer. Now, let's get started. So, we have to multiply these two polynomials together and then add this separate polynomial. So first, let's solve by multiplying this together. So, these are two binomials, so we can use the FOIL method. Let's write down FOIL. Let's start with f, which is first, so x times 2x gives us 2x squared. Outside, we do x multiplied by 3y, which gives us 3xy. Inner is 4y times 2x, so that gives us 8xy. And then last, we have 4y multiplied by 3y, which gives us 12y squared. So now that we're done multiplying this, let's add on this second polynomial. Let's copy it down. Okay, now we can combine like terms just like our other problems. So we have 2x squared here, and then we have an x squared here. This gives us 3x squared. And here we have 3xy plus 8xy minus 10xy. So 3 plus 8 is 11, minus 10 is 1. So we're left with 1xy. And lastly, we have 12y squared minus y squared, which gives us 11y squared. Our final answer is 3x squared plus xy plus 11y squared. And that's the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching.